Hey, welcome back and welcome to the module on state management. The key to being the best you can possibly be when it matters most. When the difference between success and failure is dictated by you being at the absolute top of your game. Now in sales, we face those moments pretty much every single day, and they end up separating the top producers from the rest of the pack. It could be when you're cold calling and your prospect has just picked up the phone and you need to establish that instant credibility by sounding sharp as a tack, enthusiastic as hell, and as an expert in your field. Or it could be when you're out in the field itself and knocking on doors after the last 50 of them have been slammed in your face one after the next. Or inches away from closing a sale and you're going back and forth with the prospect, overcoming their objections, and you need to transfer that last bit of emotional certainty to your client to get each of those 3/10 to the highest level. That's when state management comes into play. State management, what it basically is, it's your ability to manage your physiological, emotional state in the moment, no matter what's going on around you, so you can then access all the wonderful skills you have, all the training you have, to basically, essentially get the job done at the highest possible level. Now, there are certain emotional states, physiological emotional states, that lead to massive wealth and success. Then there are other states that lead to massive poverty and failure. An example of some of the positive states are certainty for sales, right? Clarity, confidence, courage. And then we have the negative, the disempowering stage, which are uncertainty, fear, greed, overwhelm. See, if you're a salesperson, you're walking all day long feeling overwhelmed, uncertain, and greedy about your client's money, good luck trying to become a huge closer. It's just simply not going to happen. If you walk around, however, feeling confident and clear and with absolute certainty oozing out of your pores, you're pretty much halfway there to becoming a world-class closer, especially when you have the technique itself of the straight line behind you. And now this goes for all aspects of life, not just sales. For example, let's say you're a parent. Now you could be the best parent in the world. You could have read all the parenting books, right? You have the best strategies for parenting. You could love your kids to death so your heart's in the right place. But if you're currently in a state of impatience or anger, then how good of a parent can you actually be in the moment? Not very good. You see, what your state does, it allows you either to access the resources you have or not access the resources you have. The difference between success and failure, and it's especially true in sales, where a state of uncertainty is literally the death of a salesman. See, I don't care how great your sales skills are. If you currently are in a state of uncertainty, you will not be able to close a door. Bottom line, okay? Essentially, what your state does, it dictates how you operate in the moment. So you could be the most talented salesperson in the world, but if you're in a negative, disempowered state, you will not be able to express that talent at any reasonable level. And now here's another example. Who's ever had one of those days where you're just totally out of kilter, where everything you said, everything you did, you were like, I can't believe I said that, I can't believe I did that, I'm such an idiot, right? We've all had those days. And conversely, who's had one of those really good days where you were so on and you were so sharp, you were like, said something like, wow, that was me, I'm pretty good, right? You're almost complimenting yourself. Well, the difference between those good days and bad days, it's not an ability thing, and it's not talent. It's the state that you were in that day, your physiological, emotional state. And when you're in a peak emotional positive state, bam, you're on, you're sharp, you're in flow. And when you're in a negative disempowered state, you can't get out of your own way. I think that most of you are going to kind of really enjoy this module. You'll find it pretty cool because I'll be cutting to a bunch of live footage from a very small event I did specifically for this program. You see, for me to teach you state management at the highest level, I have to actually pop into a peak state myself first and then take you through that process step by step in real time while I'm still in that state. Now, that can be pretty tough to do when you're staring into the lens of a camera. Trust me, I've tried and I failed, okay? I mean, I'm good, but not that good. So instead of struggling for the 10th time to recreate for you what I had done in front of a live audience so many times naturally, I decided to put together a special audience just for this program so I can impart that same level of intensity at you, okay? So it's going to be kind of cool and fun for you because my energy level will be really, really so much higher than when I'm in front of the camera because I'm able to feed off of the audience's energy. You have, number one, at the top of the whole thing, you have the ability, as a salesperson, is to manage your state, to get into a pumped, peak, positive state of mind. You must train yourself to do this. At Stratton, I was very, very intent on these guys that had to stand up, be pacing around, and I would give meetings every single day with motivation to make sure everyone felt good every single day, and they felt positive, they saw the future, they knew where they were going, and I kept them in a peak, pumped state.